drink coffee, except this is tea because I don't drink coffee. It's not for me. So let's get started on this video. So today's video is basically gonna be about adulting slash growing up slash being your own parent now slash first semester in college. And honestly, I don't really have a lot of advice for this because it's my first year and it's my first time being like completely away from like any adult supervision or like parents or anything like that. So I mean, like, other than my RAs and whatever you might call it, I'm here by myself. Technically I'm here by myself. So I was like, you know what, let me make a video about becoming an adult, or starting to, because I'm still on the edge. I'm not completely an adult yet, but I have all these other things that I have to I'm responsible for. So this is adulting college edition. So I have 4 things. The first one is responsibilities. So responsibilities are probably the biggest thing in college. Like, if you're not responsible, you're gonna find yourself sleeping in, not doing any homework, going out when you're supposed to be studying. You're just gonna find yourself where you don't want to be. You know, you don't want to, like, this is the first semester. It's very important that you stay on top of your responsibilities, like waking up on time, which is like the biggest struggle because nobody wants to wake up when it's optional. Like, I mean, I'm paying for this, but then I'm like, I don't have to go because it's not going to really affect my grade, but at the same time, I need to go so I can know what to do in the class. But it's just a lot. And then you get some of the professors that actually grade you for attendance, so that's an easy grade. Don't ever skip a class where grade is like important, because you could be like on the edge of like a B and an A, and just because you didn't attend one class, you got an 88 or an 89. So I just say, yeah, be responsible with your timing. I would say really like scheduling, it's very important. Like in high school, I really didn't write in my planner. I was like, whoa, what is this? Like, I don't need this. But in college, yeah, I'm like, there's so many things going on. Like, even though I go to a small college, there's always something going on. Like, I thought there would be nothing going on, like, other than class and work, but that's not true. Like, there's so many things outside of class that go on. So, like, if you don't have a, like, proper schedule, you're gonna miss stuff, or you're gonna forget about things, and then you're gonna, like, your timing is gonna be off, and you might not get enough time to study, or whatever you do. So, scheduling is very important. So moving on to my next thing, which is like priorities and why you came to college. Believe it or not, when you come here, not everybody is here for the same thing. Like, you would think that since everybody's paying for this and like this is actually money coming out of people's pockets, they would care more about getting an education. But some people just don't. They rather just party and do their own thing. So know what you're here for, okay? Like, I know what I'm here for. And I have like the first few weeks you will question. I mean, I don't know if you will question yourself, but I know I questioned myself a lot. I was like, should I be doing this? Should you know, like, you just have to like remember where you come from and your roots. What did I say? Roots. Stay humble and all these things, because trust me, it's so easy to like get lost in the sauce. Get lost in the sauce, because people are gonna be like, oh, you should come to this party tonight, or you should come do this, and like, no, like, you should stay in and study. You should do that, you know, like a responsible adult would stay in and study. Anyway, but yeah, so priorities, know what you came here for. you don't have to do all this extra stuff like going out to parties if you don't want to. Like, I know people who don't. Like drinking, smoking. There's so many things that are like here that you're gonna be exposed to that you probably weren't too exposed in high school. Like in high school, like you knew people did drugs and you knew people drunk, but you didn't like see it on a daily basis. You probably like seen it like, I don't know, maybe when you hung out with them outside of school, but other than that, you wouldn't really see it on like a regular basis, or you know. So definitely know what you're about. So that brings me to the next point, which is building friendships and relationships. This is like, I guess, time to network and like, because after this, you're going into the real world. I mean, this is like halfway to the middle world, like real world. I mean, it is the real world, but you're still kind of a little bit sheltered, because I feel like in my university, we're like in a bubble. Like once I step out of this little bubble, I'm like, where am I? You know, so like it's like you're still in this bubble, but like you're in the real world, if that makes any sense. So it's very important to start building up relationships, because you know, these people, professors, or whichever people you meet in college could like recommend you like in organizations or clubs that you join. You can get really good recommendations for like jobs after college. You know, you have to start thinking about the future. You know, it's very important to live in the moment though, but the future is closer than you think. So yeah, definitely building relationships and surrounding yourself with people who are like-minded. Like for me, that's what I'm working on. Like I'm working on surrounding myself with people who are like-minded, people who are like trying to achieve the same things that I'm achieving, that I want to achieve. So yeah, that's like surrounding yourself with especially when you're freshmen, upperclassmen, they know what they're talking about. Some of them, all of them, some of them are just kind of like, I don't even know if I'm gonna graduate this semester, or I don't even know if I'm gonna graduate. So yeah, just surround yourself with like-minded people. And also, yeah, with friendships, if you're not about doing things that people do, like, again, like I said before, like drinking, smoking, don't do it. Like, there's nothing worse than somebody pretending to be somebody they're not. Like, don't go to a party and like open a beer and pretend like you're drinking when you're not really drinking. You just want people to think that you drink, but you really don't. Like, it's so uncool. Like, bring a water bottle. That's what I do, because I don't drink. And just bring a water bottle. Sometimes I forget and I'm like, oh my gosh. Definitely do what you're comfortable with. I mean, this is, a lot of people are like, oh, I want to experiment doing whatever. Like, yeah, that's fine, but like, if you don't feel comfortable doing it, you probably shouldn't do it. Like, you might regret it later. You don't want to live a life of regrets. So yeah, do you. Like Shameless, one of my favorite YouTubers says, do you, boo. So lastly, I want to talk about just having fun. You know, like this is your first year, and also it's gonna be like a once in a lifetime experience. You know, you're not gonna have another college experience once you finish your college years, like your undergrad years. You're not gonna have another one. I mean, unless you stay for like 10 years, and who got money for that? I mean, I sure don't. Like, it's expensive. College is expensive, you know. This is like when you actually go into it. Like, before you say, oh, college is expensive, but once you're in it, that's when you actually see like the numbers. You see them and you're like, oh, this is really expensive. Like, yeah, it's expensive. So yeah, have fun. I would say have fun. Don't be too hard on yourself. It is supposed to challenge you more. College is supposed to challenge you more. So if you don't get the perfect grades and all these things, it's okay. I mean, I'm not saying just let loose and just do whatever. No, by all means, do your best, try your best. But just know that, let's say like you're studying and don't half do it. Like, if I'm studying for A, I better get an A. You know, like, study each test like you're studying for an A. Like, don't have to do it. Like, I'm more disappointed in myself when I don't get, like, when I get like a failing grade on a test, I know that I didn't know the content or what I was doing. But when I get like a B or a C, I'm like, I knew what I knew this like, I just didn't do, you know, like, I don't do that. Like, you could have done better. I could have done better. That's all. That's when I beat myself up, when I know I could have done better, not when I know I completely had no idea what I was doing. Because that's like, you know, I don't know. Like, what you gonna do if you don't know? So, like, don't have to do it. Study. It's really important to study. Even though it's tedious and it's might take a long time, but it's important. It's worth it at the end when you get that grade. And yeah, you just want to also, it's the foundation. You want to have a really great foundation with your first semester, because the courses do get harder as the semester goes by, and you once you get deeper into your major or whatever you're doing, excuse me, it gets harder and harder and harder. So yeah, that's basically it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was a little bit helpful. I mean, did you really learn anything? I don't know. Hopefully you did, because I thought some of these things in here were very beneficial. The most important thing is just staying true to yourself and becoming a better version of yourself every day. So, bye. Starting to adult and becoming responsible and all these things, it's hard. And also, you would just, it's like, you start seeing life for what it really is, and people for what who they really, you start seeing people for who they really are, and what for life you start you start seeing life for what it really is, and people for real, for, you know, I give up. It's okay. You know, I'm not an adult. I'm just trying to be one. It's hard out here. So you guys hear that? Yeah. Oh yeah. Learning how to deal with other people. That's another part of adulting.